Meanwhile, Fox News has confirmed 35 congressional Republicans loyal to Trump are asking his campaign manager today for the candidate to lay off Ryan. Is the Republican Party coming apart at the seams?
What I think you do see is a party that has growing pains because it is an expansive party that represents different viewpoints. I think this party was veering dangerously close to being the party of the elites, and yet Donald Trump has really given voice to the workers. I think because he's given voice to, as he says, the forgotten man, forgotten woman, he's been able to expand the party in many ways.
That's Trump's campaign manager there, Kellyanne Conway. Well, he is going to need to expand the party in some ways if he wants to win. Back with me, Caitlin Huey Burns, Mary Anne Walsh, and Joe Walsh. All right, Joe, you know, he needs to expand the party, but, you know, all indications are that he just wants to make sort of a stronger play for his base. I'm sure there's some strategy to that. How do you think that benefits him right now?
Trish, here's what I think the strategy is. Look, he should go after Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell and John McCain. Donald Trump's been out there for months, Trish, campaigning all by himself. Think about this. The Republican Party doesn't support the nominee, the Republican nominee, that the voters support. Look, Trump's secret is he's running against the establishment, Republican and Democrat.
Yeah, but in fairness to those establishment types, I mean, they were supporting him. Paul Ryan was campaigning with him. He was willing to do all that and defend him on television, and that changed with the release of that tape, Joe.
Oh, but Trish, I love you, but baloney. Paul Ryan, up until last weekend, Paul Ryan had never campaigned for him or with him. For months, Donald Trump goes into Arizona and John McCain leaves the state. None of these Republican Party officials
so their heart
have
wasn't
ever
in
campaigned
it, is what
with
you're
them.
saying to begin with,
Oh,
and
God,
they
yeah.
used
It
this
was all a
tape as
big
an
act.
excuse. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, but that said, I mean, don't you need still these people in some way, Caitlin? I mean, what happens here going forward? Are we looking at a Republican Party that has just completely changed, seemingly overnight, with this election cycle?
Absolutely. It's a Republican Party that's at war with itself, and there are things that they have to figure out right now and things they have to figure out in the longer term. Right now, Donald Trump needs to expand his base of support. We know that. The people who are fueled and excited by him going after Paul Ryan, they're going to be with him anyway. That also fits his message, but they're going to be with him anyway. By turning off people in your own party, when you also need to expand beyond your own party, that makes it difficult. What's especially important here, too, is these down ballot races. There is a concern that this could have a drag down the ticket by saying, I'm not supporting Paul Ryan.
So here's the thing, Mary Anne. I mean, one of the things that the Republicans have just gotten so wrong in recent years, and Mitt Romney is kind of, you know, someone you could put on a pedestal for how not to do things, was that they lost touch with your working class Americans and, you know, lower taxes, economic prosperity for all. These are pillars of the party that they need to embrace, but somehow they just couldn't find the right candidate to capture the imagination of the working class American. Donald Trump changed all that. So if he does not succeed in getting to the Oval Office, Mary Anne, how do they continue moving forward with that mantle? Because I don't think they're going to succeed if they don't.
I have a little different take on this. I think Donald Trump had to consolidate his Republican base after the tapes on Friday. You could see it after that first debate and after the tapes. Where he lost was with Republicans, which he'd been able to almost match Clinton with, and he lost women. So first he has to consolidate his base. That's exactly what he's doing. Next, I think for the next 2 weeks, sadly, I think he's going to go on a scorched earth attack against Hillary and Bill Clinton in an effort to drive down women's voting. He can't win if all women vote. So the fewer women who vote, the more likely it is he's going to win. The more negative a campaign is, a lot of women throw up their hands and say, you know what, I can't vote for either of them. I'm not going to vote.
Interesting.
That's his strategy.
It's an interesting thought. Joe, final thought to you. What happens going forward, however? You know, the Republicans, it's a mess, right? It's a mess. You got these establishment types that have gotten tons of lobbying money for years, haven't done a darn thing, and the American public feels like they've been completely cheated.
Trish, you nailed it. Donald Trump is running against the elites. And I think the average American out there, when he goes after Paul Ryan or Hillary Clinton, it's like going after the same career politician. He's got to stay on this note. It's us against the elites. I think that's his only path to success.
All right. Very interesting. It will be an interesting 4 weeks, guys, for sure. We can all count on that. Caitlin, Mary Anne, thank you so much.